So there are a couple of little things I think that can help students to build their confidence. This is a little game that I did again. First lesson I did this. So me and you are going to play this game, or attempt to. All right.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Basically, this is called, well, this is a question mark, isn't it? It's made out of, I don't know if you can see, but it's actually made out of what?
Grapes or olives?
No, neither. Yeah, I was going to say, you must be hungry. It is nearly lunchtime, to be fair. It is nearly lunchtime. So basically, I'm going to ask you a question, okay? You're going to answer that question, and then you're going to ask me a question related, but it has to relate in some way to the question that I've asked you. For example,
like follow-up questions.
Yes, but the question is directed at me. So if I ask you, Jesse, what did you do last night? And you say, oh, I stayed at home and watched a film. Then you could ask me, what was the last film that you watched? So the idea is it has to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. The idea is to keep going.
Tennis.
Exactly. That's correct. Very good. Very observant. So we'll start. Okay. So Jesse, what did you do last night?
Well, I stayed home and watched a series because I was tired from hanging out with the kids all day.
Oh, okay.
How about you? What do you normally do on Saturdays? Was last night the same?
Very good, because, yes, very good. That you've already picked up the rule of the game is obviously you can't just do an and you. You know, you can't repeat the question. Right. You have to read. Actually, last night...
That's English teacher point of view, because, you know, you hate the ones when they do the absolute minimum.
Oh, yeah, no, I won't allow it. I'll say it's not acceptable. Actually, I went out with some friends for dinner, actually, because you received the message by accident about the meeting place. And then just had a nice relaxing evening at home. What do you do to relax, Jesse?
To relax, I probably watch YouTube. That's probably most of the time I spend relaxing, if I have time to relax.
Similar, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's my turn. So, YouTube, what are some of your favorite YouTube channels? We've talked about biographics a little bit.
Biographics. I've been watching, I've got to be honest, I've been watching a lot of MSNBC and CNN recently. I know it's a little bit, but it's
following the Trump stuff.
Oh, the Fox News. I love it. It's like a show. It is like a show. I'm sorry. I shouldn't sort of,
with good guys and bad guys and a story.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it kind of is, isn't it? So I find that very interesting. Yeah. The news. I watch a lot of news online and listen to a lot of music as well. All kinds of music. Really. So you get the idea. So Jesse, I see you have an instrument there. So you obviously must be into music, and we could go on and so forth. So what's the point of that? Well, number one, it's a great getting to know you game in the first lesson. Another way you can do it is actually have one person as the questioner, let's say, or as you have a group of three, and two people are asking one person a question. So let's imagine that there's me and another person here, and I'd say, Jesse, what did you do last night? You answer. And then the other person has to ask a question related to my question. And it's back and forth, and we are battling each other. And then the person that loses then becomes the guy that sits down and has to answer the questions. So how do you lose?
Or how do you win?
You win by, if you look back on the video, you'll see I started doing a countdown. 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to ask your question once you finished giving your answer within 5 to 10 seconds, depending on the level, obviously.
Okay. Maybe I missed that because I'm looking at the camera. I try to look at the camera. And
if we were face to face, and when I do it in the class and I do a demo, I'm 5, 4, 3, and you know what students are like when you do a countdown. They're like, no, 1 minute, one moment. You know, so it
excellent pro tip. Give countdowns and points.
Countdowns are awesome, and I'm always doing it 5, 4. And you'll notice that kids, adults, teens, they all start to join in. They love joining in when they're not part of it, and someone else is under pressure. They love it. They love the countdown. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought a little bit. So the point of this is that this is, number one, like I say, it's a great introduction. It's a bit more intimate because they're just in pairs and everybody's talking, so they don't feel so intimidated, let's say. But also, it's teaching them to react quickly, respond, ask questions. In the speaking part of the exam, I tell them this after this game. This is what you need to be able to do. You need to be able to think quickly. You need to be able to retrieve information. You need to be able to process it and then give a response. And one of the key things is linking your ideas to those of someone else. When we look at the criteria of marking in the speaking portion of the exam, the highest achievers are those that are able to link their ideas to what their partner has said and then expand upon that idea. And this activity does exactly that. I do it on the first lesson, and then I'll do it periodically throughout. And it's something it builds up. It builds up their cognitive ability to actually be able to process information and then throw out a response, but quickly, because they're under pressure. You know, in an exam situation, an examiner is not going to sit there going, no, that's the last thing they need. That's the very last thing they need.
That's
so
right.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're training them, because I think really my big takeaway from examining is it's not about these little tasks. It's about the cognitive testing that's going on. What are Cambridge actually testing here in this particular task? That is to say, we have 4 parts to the speaking. If it's just testing your ability to speak, why are there 4 parts? Because it's testing different cognitive abilities. That's why we've got descriptive. We're describing pictures. We're talking about something, you know, individually. Then we have the ability to converse with others, and that's where I really find a lot of students fall down in the collaborative tasks, because they're just not asking, they're not engaging with their partner. They're just taking turns, and they're not
Giving
really,
a monologue, right?
Yes, and they're not listening to what their partner's saying and responding to it. And it's the thing that I found the most difficult to try and knock out of them. So that's why I use this game now at the beginning of the term, and I keep it going on. And I've seen positive results from it, definitely. Yeah.
I'd imagine. That's fantastic. I'm actually going to use that this week.
Yeah, you should, absolutely. I highly recommend it. And not in non-exam classes. I mean, just for speaking confidence in general. Because students always say to me that I have to think about, no, I want to get to the stage where I don't have to think about it. And I always ask them, have you dreamt in English yet? You know, when you have your first English dream, that will be great. I remember my first Spanish dream, actually. I dreamt in Spanish. That was great. It's a real breakthrough.
That's such a breakthrough, right? And
such
an encouragement.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
Hey guys, I'm sitting here with my daughter, Sophia. She's recording this. And I just want to thank you for watching this video. If you like it and you want to see another video like it, then right next to me, you can click another video for a fun lesson idea or a teaching tip. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you get new videos every week. Keep teaching and keep learning. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.